Hello. So the other day when I posted my video about tips to help get your kiddos to like to read, I had a few people reach out and ask me to share some specific examples of books that I like reading to Ani, who's 11 months old right now, and I thought I would do that today. So just a quick disclaimer, I don't think I've included anything that I would consider like a classic or really popular children's book. So things like Dr. Seuss, the How Do Dinosaurs series, yeah, books like those we have and we do really like to read, but I tried to pull some more obscure ones out that I like, and I thought I would share those. Additionally, like I talked about before, I do like to read books to Ani that I like personally, that are obviously above what you would normally read to a baby's comprehension level, reading level, I don't know what to call it. So things like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and just recently I've started reading her books as well as listening to audiobooks that I used to really like to read in like middle school. So The Phantom Tollbooth, Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim, all of those types of books. So without further ado, I thought I would jump in, and I've loosely categorized these books into 3 categories. The first being educational, although I feel like all books are educational. The second, books where I really like the storyline or sort of the plot. And then third, books that I find to be encouraging, I guess, for lack of a better word. So starting with the educational books is Alpha Bite. I had never heard of this book. We found it at a thrift store, and I really like it because there is not a whole lot of writing on each page. And I find personally books that have shorter content are much easier to read with wiggly kiddos. So Alpha Bite, and this one does say it's in a series, and there's also Number Munch, Color Crunch, and Shapes for Lunch, but I've never seen those books. If they're similar to this one though, I guarantee they're pretty good. Next up are some books that were sold here locally at our grocery store when they did their Read 3 campaign. So these are a little harder to find in general, but I love them. And the first one is Countdown with Lisa Frank. So obviously this is like a throwback to my childhood and Lisa Frank style, and that's exactly what it is. Again, you'll notice there are not a lot of words on each page, so when Ani's in a like more wiggly mood, great book. Relatedly, we also have ABC with Lisa Frank. This one runs through her classic characters, and the pages rhyme. And again, you'll notice each page sort of limited words. So 2 Lisa Frank books. When I found these at the grocery store, I was super excited. I bought them for myself and my nieces. And then this last one, I think I've actually mentioned before. This was another one I'd never seen, but we found it at a thrift store, and I couldn't pass it up, and Ani absolutely loves it. I think part of it is because they rhyme, so like M will rhyme with N, and O will rhyme with P, like whatever that last word is. And she loves looking at the baby's different faces. This is also a pretty good book because they went multicultural, which I always appreciate. I think it's important to expose kids to people who look different, have different ideas, all that good stuff. She's loved this one since she was little. That's really it for the educational books. Personally, I really like reading Dr. Seuss's ABC book. I'm not really sure why, but I just do. Dr. Seuss books in general can be a little hit or miss with me because sometimes there are just too many words for how little Ani is, but the ABC book by Dr. Seuss is a good one. So moving on, these are books where I just like the story, and I will say again, a lot of these rhyme. I've found with Ani and then just other little kids I've been around, books that rhyme tend to hold attention better. My guess is it sort of has that sort of song-like feel to it, and little kids tend to really like songs. So first up, I think is actually the only bilingual book on this list. We have a ton of bilingual books, but with my limited Spanish, I really don't read too many of them to Ani, and maybe in the future I'll have Lauda do a video where she shares her favorite bilingual books. But this first one, like I said, is Me Gusta Como Soy, I Like Myself. Again, there are rhymes in here in the English version. I'm assuming the Spanish version doesn't rhyme. Oh no, maybe it does. Yeah, I think it does actually. I think both languages rhyme. It's just really cute. It's a lot about no matter kind of what you look like or what you do, it's okay to like yourself and you should be proud of yourself. It's just a cute little book. This next one is one of a series. We only have this one, If You Ever Meet a Groovicorn. There's also like Never Touch a Dragon. I can't remember all the other ones. And we've gotten some of the other ones from the library, but this is great because it's tactile. Every page has a different like touch and feel section. Again, even though it looks like a lot of words, the book itself is pretty short and they rhyme again. So I'm actually probably gonna order Ani one or two of the other books in this series because she likes this one so much. And obviously if we can't go to the library, it's hard to get the tactile books anyway. This next one I was so excited to find. When I was in Australia, I read it to my nephew all the time and I really liked it. I fell in love with the author, and actually ever since I got back, that was in 2009 or 2010, I've had my eye out for these books, knowing that one day when I had a child, I would want to read them to him or her, and I couldn't ever find them. And lo and behold, in our local thrift store, I found it, and it is Harry McClary from Donaldson's Dairy by Lindley Dodd. Again, it's just, you can see there's not a whole lot of wording on each page. It rhymes. And the other nice thing about this book is there's a lot of repetition, which again, when you're reading to a child, can be very important. And I just like it. You know, it's cute. Like they have a little wiener dog, and his name is Schnitzel von Krumm with the very low tum. Hercules Morse, as big as a horse. Just a cute book. So if you come across them, it's a whole series of them. This is the only one I've seen, but we really like it. Similarly to that one is a book called I Love Dogs. Another book I had never heard of, never seen, never read, and I found it at the thrift store for like nothing, and I got it. This is one, again, like I said, very few words. Most pages have a rhyme unless it's a page that just says I love dogs. And Ani really likes the pictures in this book. So, I love dogs. This one is just cute. I will give a little warning with it. In the end, it's basically that a mommy's love fixes kind of everything. So if you're in a situation where maybe mommy isn't in the picture, this might not be the best book, but otherwise it's really cute. And it is Who Wants a Dragon? It's about this adorable little dragon. Nobody loves him or her. I can't remember. And at the end, it's basically, you know, mommy's love is the best, and his mom, he finds his mom again. So it's a cute little book. Next up is a series. It's actually by Jamie Lee Curtis. I have had these books since I worked in homes with kids because they rhyme and they all sort of have a good message to them. So that was how I would reward kids who had good sessions with me. So the first one is Today I Feel Silly and Other Moods That Make My Day. So obviously in this one, she just introduces different like moods and emotions, and it's super cute. Next one up is I'm Gonna Like Me, letting off a little self-esteem. So obviously this is a self-esteem building book, also very great. Biscuit just got out of the bath, so if you hear weird noises, that's her. And then the last one that I have, and I think there are more in the series, is There Really a Human Race? This is a cute book introducing just the concept of race to kids. The main character thinks the human race is like a race between different humans. So it's just cute. Some of these have more words than others, but again, they rhyme, and I like them. Last category of books, I don't remember what I called it initially. Self-esteem building, positive message, you know, I love you, love yourself type books. And the first one is I Believe in You. So it is what it sounds like, believing in your child. Again, not a whole lot of words per page, and they rhyme throughout the book. And it's just cute. It addresses things like, you know, when you are scared, I believe that you'll have the tools to get through it, or when you're facing something tough, I believe that you have the ability to get beyond it. So, just a cute book with a really good message. They're all going to kind of have that theme. Goodness, sorry if you can hear Biscuit shaking. If you can't hear her shaking, you probably think I'm crazy. But I promise you, there's a tiny dog running around trying to dry herself off. Next one is Hooray for You, a celebration of Eunice. That sounds like Eunice the person. It's a Y-O-U-N-E-S-S. And again, it's just cute. It's basically, you know, no matter what you look like, no matter what your body can do or can't do, no matter what you like and dislike, there is something to celebrate about yourself. So, cute book, positive message. These two are very similar. Oh, there is 2 bilingual books in here. And it is I Love You Through and Through and How Do I Love You, or Como Te Quiero. Just little books about how and why you love your baby, child. Super cute. Again, they rhyme. Ani has liked these since she was little. It's just simple pictures, very little wording, and yeah. And then last but not least, and these books were in no particular order, I just like this one. I actually thought of my niece when I found it, but more and more as Ani's personality emerges, I think it'll be appropriate for her, and that is Do Princesses Wear Hiking Boots? And the message here is just, you know, even if I like doing this, can I still be considered a princess, basically? It's cute pictures. Again, minimal wording. You'll notice that's a theme. And a positive message. So those are books that I read to Ani quite regularly. Obviously, when we're able to get back to the library again, I love searching through and finding new books for her. There are so many good books out there. And a lot of the books that I prefer reading to her are not the most popular ones that, you know, you see on baby registries and, you know, lists of popular children's books. So I highly recommend, you know, reaching out and seeing who likes what books. These are just the ones that we like reading. But yeah, search and see what's out there, take a risk. And hopefully some of these were helpful. Hopefully you found some new books to try to read with your kiddo, or maybe some books that you already read. But I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye!